They're keeping you up to speed with hardcore music. The music is what it's all about. I love it just like you love it. That's why you're here. I'm here because I love to play. You don't come, I can't play, and I love to play. So, we don't make too many speeches because it's all about the music. You just heard a hardcore sequence of hot shot dub plates from down Jamaica way. Right about now, we're going to start to change the pace and change the style.
Welcome back to the Stylish Broadcast. As you can see, I've brought out the colors, the stars. For those of you who know me, you know that I am Brazil. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first round games have been completed. All the teams have played, and we've seen everything that they have to offer, and it's time to analyze to see if your picks are panning out, if my picks are panning out. So let's delve right into it. Let's see what's happening. Let's start with the opening game, Qatar versus Ecuador. That was a poor display by Qatar, by the host nation. This is, I'm sorry to say, this is not World Cup level. This is one of the things that you can debate as to whether or not a country that is not a footballing nation, or if Qatar had to qualify for the World Cup, they would not have qualified. So, with that said, it was kind of sad. I was to see that type of display from a World Cup team. Ecuador, on the other hand, I believe was disappointing as well. This team had plenty of chances. I think they could have scored. They could have scored at least 4 goals, but I don't know. Ecuador, for me, has always played as if they're this elegant football team. Just go after it. Be aggressive. The first round games in a World Cup, score as many goals as you can. Trust me, you're going to need them. Ecuador, you're going to need those goals. Those goals that you missed, I suspect, may come back to haunt you, depending on how things have developed. Anyway, I thought Ecuador, they won the game. Credit is due. Like I said, they could have scored at least 4 goals. So, yeah, let's give them credit. Moving on. Netherlands, Senegal. Senegal, for me, was highly disappointing because I saw this team in the Africa Cup of Nations, and I was impressed. I was completely impressed with their display, how they played, their tactical know-how. They played against a very good Egypt side, and yes, it was a 0-0 draw, but for me, I throughout the game, I thought Senegal showed that they were ready for this tournament. But with that in mind, I have to say that losing Sadio Mane was a big blow for Senegal. And I must point that out because I think not having Sadio in the starting lineup is affecting how they play. And I think that teams are preparing for Senegal without Sadio Mane, and I think it's an easier task to do that. So I have to put that in the mix insofar as Senegal's showing at this point. So I have them going far. At the time when I picked Senegal to move very, very far into the tournament, Sadio was still in the starting lineup, and of course we all know that Sadio Mane is out. So I'm going to stick with these guys, but I think it's going to be it's going to be an uphill battle for Senegal. So I'm going to stick with them. All right, let's move on. So Group B, England versus Iran. Now that was England, in my view, displayed. The way they played was, for me, was outstanding. And this was not, I must say, Iran is not a bad team. Carlos Queiroz, a former Real Madrid coach, a former Portugal coach, this guy can coach. So Iran is not a bad team, but for some reason, England just had their way. I mean, mind you, England gave up 2 silly goals. Fortunately for this group that they're in, it may not come back to haunt them, but in my view, those were 2 silly goals. But I will give them credit. Good display. They looked good. Some outstanding performances from people like Jude Bellingham. I think this kid is going to be one of the greats. One of the great players of his generation. I really do think so. I think he has that kind of talent. Moving forward, USA versus Wales. Oh boy. I don't know what to say. I mean, this was boring to watch. It was difficult to watch. I mean, to be fair, the United States played okay in the first half. They looked as if they were ready for the task. They looked, that they belonged. Wales, I'm disappointed, terribly disappointed with that team. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought they probably had some technical ability. I mean, I didn't see any of that. So Wales, United States, 1-1 draw. Nothing to write home about. But at least for me, the United States demonstrated that they belonged in the World Cup. So we'll have to wait for the next game against England to see, if they have what it takes. I personally don't think so. I don't think they're ready for this World Cup. I think they will in the next World Cup in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. I think they will be ready. I really do. With that said, let's move on to the next group, Group C. Argentina, Saudi Arabia. What else to say? Massive upset. Oh, sorry. Poland, Mexico. Lewandowski missed a penalty. I wasn't surprised that he missed that penalty. I mean, he looked nervous. I really, he was doing a very good job trying to calm himself. But he was pretty nervous, and he missing that penalty, I was not surprised. Mexico is always a fighter. You know, Mexico, these guys, they just fight, and they showed it again in this game. But it wasn't disappointing displays in terms of flair. I mean, this is Poland and Mexico. It's not. You're not going to get flair. With Mexico, you're going to get fight. With Poland, not sure. But I thought Mexico would have had a difficult time covering Lewandowski. But anyway, that ended up in a draw. Group D, France, Australia. France looked good. France looked like a defending champions. So they put on a good show. I mean, Australia put up a good fight for about 20 minutes, but after that, of course, Australia scored first, but it didn't take long for France to settle themselves and get back into the game, and showed that they are defending champions. Next game, Denmark, Tunisia. Denmark, for me, Denmark was the better team. Tunisia came out fighting, had some good attacks, but overall, I thought that Denmark was the better side. Not much to say about this game. You know, it was not much to say. Group E, Spain, Costa Rica. Spain is I think Spain is ready. Spain is making a statement. Spain is like, yeah, we're here. We weren't giving much of a chance in terms of a contender. You know, it's a side that can win the World Cup. So I think Spain came out and said, hey, I think we deserve to be among the top teams: Brazil, Argentina, France. I think Spain has made it quite clear, quite emphatically, that yeah, we're here. So Germany, Japan, another big upset. I'm not quite sure what's happening with Germany these days. You can always count on Germany for efficiency, for their know-how, their tactical football. But I'm not sure what's going on with this team. I think that if there's one thing I can point to, I mean, there are players on that team, or at least one player that's not supposed to be on the pitch. I mean, Muller. I mean, I know this guy's name, it's big in Germany, but come on, people. Muller. No, I don't think so. I think Sané should be on in the starting lineup, but that's just me. I think now the question you would probably ask, who would you take out? Because Musiala is a talent. This kid, I think he's 19 years old. He's a talent. Gnabry, he runs hot and cold, but I thought he did well in this game. But somehow I think Hansi Flick, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but I think that they have to find a way to get Sané into this lineup, because this guy is just the creative guy that can turn around a game for you. So they need to get Germany need to get Sané in that starting lineup. So another big upset for Germany. I think they will recover. I really do. I think they'll get it together, providing that they make the the necessary changes moving forward. All right, Group F. Belgium, Canada. Didn't watch the entire game, but from what I can see, Canada was impressive. For the moments that I saw, Canada looked like Canada is making a statement that we're here and we belong here. I think that's the statement that Canada is making. I'm not quite sure why they had this guy taking the penalty. What's his name? I'm drawing a blank with his name, but I don't know why he took that penalty. Strikers. That's why you have strikers. I mean, I think these guys should be taking these penalties. I know that. Forgive me. I'm drawing a blank on this guy's name. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's Italian. He's a great player. He's probably Canada's best player, but he's not a penalty taker. All right, Canada. No, you have strikers. Use them. That's why they're there. Morocco, Croatia. Croatia. This was a 0-0 draw, but I think Croatia showed in moments in that game, they showed their class. Luka Modric, one of the best midfielders I've seen in the past 10 years. This guy is just absolutely top shelf, Luka Modric. And there were times in the game where he showed the entire world that he is without a doubt one of the greatest midfielders in the past 10, 12 years, in my view. But it was a tough fight for those guys, for those two teams, Morocco and Croatia. But in my view, I thought Croatia was the better side. And I think Croatia will win that group. Moving on to Group G. I know that all you Neymar haters, I'm wondering what you're saying now. I'm wondering what you're saying. I mean, there's no diving, because I know that's always been your talking point, always a diver. Hope you realize, and I hope you saw, that they were trying to kick this kid off the pitch. Yeah, that's it. They were trying to kick him off the park. And you saw that. Where's the outcry? All you ESPN talking idiots. Okay? Where were you? Where's the outcry? In 2018, when Neymar rolled around and there were memes mocking Neymar, 2022, first game. That's what they went for. They tried to get into his skin. And hey, sometimes a team, you have to find your edge. But that's what those of us who are fans of Neymar, fans of Brazil, that's what we've been trying to tell you. We've been trying to tell you that the referees do not protect this player. Okay? They do not protect this player. All right? They protect Messi. They protect Cristiano Ronaldo. But they do not protect Neymar. Neymar is always going to get injured. Okay? This guy is always going to get injured because referees allow dirty tackles on this player. Referees allowed it. And all of you out there, all of you haters out there, ESPN, yes, ESPN, I'm calling you, because I think you are the main hater of this player. always inciting defenders, talking about how defenders, if you put the ball between the guy's legs, or if you do a sombrero or whatever they call it, a player of Neymar's skill, when he displays his skill and do these things, defender's going to kick you because defenders are offended. Yes, you should be offended. But does that mean that they should kick and try to break his legs? No, I don't think so. I think the man's skill should be celebrated. Yes, ESPN should be celebrated. If you want to go run after Neymar and look like an idiot, that's on you. Yes, that's on you. But anyway, you can tell this is a sore subject for me, because Neymar is a target by defenders, and referees do not make these calls. They don't protect this player. Yes, he's injured, and all you haters out there, he's going to be fine. I mean, yes, I got nervous. I mean, I was really nervous, and he's going to miss a few games. Brazil will be fine. Although I must say, I got very nervous when Tite did not select Roberto Firmino. I became very concerned with that fact, that Roberto Firmino was not selected for this very same reason. Who's gonna play the number 10 role in Neymar's absence? Who's gonna do it? Rodrigo? Rodrigo is great. But is Rodrigo a number 10? I mean, if I were Chiche, that's the one that would be my selection. That would be the player that I would put in that position. But I think Roberto Firmino would have been the ideal player to fill in for Neymar. But anyway, I was thoroughly impressed with Brazil. It was a tough fight. I mean, did you guys see the size of the Serbian players? I mean, did you see? I mean, these guys are giants. I mean, they're strong. They were just pushing the Brazilians off the ball. I mean, they were just, aside from Casemiro aside from Casemiro, they were just pushing Brazilians off the ball. But I have to say, I was thoroughly impressed with the flanks, the right back and the left back. Danilo and I know this is embarrassing, but I should know these guys' names like that. But the flanks, the Brazil flanks were absolutely impressive. I mean, these guys, short guys. I mean, Danilo has, he has good size. But they were skying and clearing balls on corner kicks and free kicks. I mean, they were skying to clear these balls. I mean, I was impressed with the size of the Serbian players. I mean, I was like, wow. And they put up a formidable fight, especially in the first half when it was a struggle. I mean, I thought this was going to be a 1-0 game. Brazil would have pulled out a 1-0, a one goal. But in the second half, as you can see, Brazil showed their class and why they are favorites to win this tournament. They showed it. I mean, they settled themselves and just kept coming at Serbia. And, I mean, they easily could have had 4 or 5 goals. So Get ready, people. Brazil is here. Get ready. Switzerland, Cameroon. Switzerland. I'm trying to recall the score in that one. I think Switzerland. I apologize. I don't remember the score on that one. But this was an interesting game. I think Brazil, in facing these two teams, should be okay. I didn't see a whole lot from these guys. But I'm trying to recall the score. I know I watched that game, but I'm at a loss right now. But anyway, I'm going to move on to the final group, which is Group H. Lots of talking points in this group. But before I get to the main talking point, I'm going to talk about Uruguay, South Korea. I think South Korea won that game 2-1, I believe, or 1-0. Uruguay just looked old, looked a shadow of themselves. That's pretty much it. I mean, I there's nothing more to say about Uruguay. Now, this is the game that I think that I am just at a loss with this referee. Portugal, Ghana. The way Ghana played, I didn't really expect anything more from Ghana. Their display, it wasn't the best display. I don't think Ghana's coach is ready. I don't think Ghana is going to get very far with this coach. I'm sorry to say, I just don't see it. But that penalty that was awarded to Portugal, an alleged foul on Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, I'm like, come on, people. Seriously with this stuff. Okay? This was not a penalty. I know that the Portugal fans going to be yelling and screaming that yes, it was a penalty, and they're Portugal fans. I expect that. But objectively, this was not a penalty. The more you look at it in full speed, in slow speed, not a penalty. So, in my view, this was a gift. This was a gift to Cristiano Ronaldo to score a record-setting goal. I'm like, record-setting goal? The only thing that tells me about Cristiano Ronaldo is that, and I will give him credit for that, is that the guy takes care of himself. He does take very good care of himself, which is why he's been able to play in 5 World Cups. Now, as I had said in my previous broadcast, that Portugal will get nowhere with Cristiano Ronaldo in the lineup. Leao is the man who should be playing, not Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm sorry to say, Portugal fans, Leao is the guy that should be playing. And if Leao plays over Cristiano Ronaldo, trust me, it's going to be tough to beat that side, because I think Portugal is a very good team. I really do. I think Portugal is a very good side without Cristiano Ronaldo. Portugal fans, sorry, it's the truth. But not a penalty. Not a penalty. It's kind of sad that the bar has been set so low that anything to celebrate Cristiano Ronaldo, they'll do anything. Referees talking idiots on ESPN, Fox, right? Fox Sports, I should say. Anything to, get clicks or get ratings. They'll say anything. They'll do anything to justify their talking points. GOAT, greatest of all time. They'll lower the bar. I'm like, seriously? Like I said, the only thing that I can celebrate or you can justifiably celebrate with this achievement is that the guy's fit. And I give him credit for that. He has longevity. He takes good care of himself. Fine, you have that. But the objective here is to win a World Cup. You can't win it, so hey. Record-setting goal, please. So that is Group H. And it's going to get exciting. It's going to get more exciting. I think we have seen the blueprint for what's to come. And I think there are going to be some more upsets. Hopefully it is not my boys, but I think there are going to be some more upsets in this tournament. Anyway, I think that's it, guys, and we'll see you soon. So take care. Until next time, this is a Stylish Broadcast.